Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to this longer video where I will be talking about the plan that apparently Carlo Ancelotti has for two of the most important players in Real Madrid, and apparently has shared with Florentino Perez and Jose Angel Sanchez. Is regarding to what is in his mind about Vinicius Jr. on one hand, and then Eden Hazard on the other hand. What is the plan that he has for both of them in Real Madrid in the next future? So the point of this whole video is to unveil what, according to Jose Felix Diaz in Diario Marca, will happen to these two players under the command of Carlo Ancelotti. So let's get started with Vinicius Jr. Let's talk about what is the plan that Ancelotti has for the Brazilian rising star and for the next season, obviously. And then we will be referring to Eden Hazard and the plan of the Italian coach for the Belgian player. So regarding to Vinicius Jr., apparently Carlo Ancelotti had a meeting with Florentino Perez and Jose Angel Sanchez, and in that meeting he shared his own opinion, his own take on the possibilities for Vinicius Jr. to succeed in Real Madrid. In that meeting, according to Jose Felix Diaz, Carlo Ancelotti said that Vinicius Jr. is able to do incredible and amazing things with the ball, is a very important player, but still has to improve significantly more the decision-making process. So that will be the core, that will be the center of the plan of Ancelotti for Vinicius Jr. I mean, he will spend, I don't know how many time with him, but he will spend a lot of time with Vinicius Jr. trying to work out, trying to improve the decision-making process, whether he wants to score himself or to give the last assist, the last pass to any other teammate. Because as you know, I mean, what you can see from Vinicius Jr. is that every time he carries up the ball and every time he's super close to the goal, in those last meters, in the last moment, he hesitates everything about what to do. I mean, what is the best option for me? Try to score my own self, or try to give an assist to another teammate, or try to find another partner a little bit farther from me. So that is the main thing with Vinicius Jr., and that is what they will working out on the next season for him to improve in Real Madrid and of course to succeed in Real Madrid. However, they already know, I mean, they are very aware that Vinicius Jr. will never be able to match the numbers of Cristiano Ronaldo in Real Madrid. And of course, they are not expecting for Vinicius Jr. to, score like 50 to 60 goals every single season. That's right. But at the same time, what they are demanding, I mean, what Carlo Ancelotti will be demanding to the Brazilian player is mainly to create a lot of danger in the rival area. I mean, try to get the rival defense so busy trying to, chasing him and trying to cover him all the time and block him in different ways. So the thing is, at least one or two of the defenders of the rival will have to have very busy trying to keeping an eye on him all the time, every single game. I mean, the 90 minutes of the game, they will have to be so busy trying to block the Vinicius Jr. because he's so dangerous. So that is the point of the new plan for Carlo Ancelotti for Vinicius Jr. So in my opinion, that is pretty much what Zinedine Zidane was working with Vinicius over the last season. He spent like hours and hours and hours over time trying for him to score goals, a lot of goals in Real Madrid. But now Carlo Ancelotti will try to improve not the number of goals, but the decision-making process. I mean, if he sees a better choice than to shoot on target or something like that, then he has to find that way. He has to pick that way. Because he's objectively better, he has to go that route and he has to try that route, right? So that is what Vinicius Jr. will have to work out over the next season. And then let's move on and let's see what is the plan for the Belgian player, for Eden Hazard. As you know, over the last 2 seasons, I mean, we cannot count anymore on the last 2 seasons of Eden Hazard when it comes to decide whether he deserves to stay in Real Madrid or leave Real Madrid, because it's been a mess. I mean, 2 years without giving anything. I mean, 2 years, multiple injuries, out of shape, all these things. So that's it. So now, the plan of Carlo Ancelotti for Eden Hazard is try to start from scratch and create a new player, a new version of Eden Hazard, a much better version that Eden Hazard, or much better version we have seen so far. And of course, what he will ask to the Belgian player is pretty much that he becomes the committed player we were looking for 2 years ago. And when I say committed player, I'm talking about physical condition, number 1, diet, number 2, and of course, to give everything he got in the practice, not in the game, not during the match. No, I mean, not only on the field, but also in the training ground, in the practice, when he has to work out and improve with the rest of the partners and the teammates every single day during the weekdays. He will have to give everything he got in order for Carlo Ancelotti to know that he's back, he's improving significantly, and of course, that he wants to be the greatest player he was supposed to be in Real Madrid. Because that's why, or that is the reason why he came here to Real Madrid, to succeed. He didn't come to Real Madrid to, just spend a couple of years there and then go out. No, and of course, like he said the other day in the newspapers in Belgium, I don't want to leave Real Madrid as a failure. I mean, if I quit now, that would be a failure, completely, 100%, and completed. And that is what he doesn't want to happen. What he really wants to happen is to, reverse the whole situation. So the people out there, the Madridistas out there, can say, hey, I'm here. And I came to Real Madrid to succeed, and I will become one of the greatest players in Real Madrid. So that is the plan, and that is exactly what Carlo Ancelotti wants to hear from Eden Hazard. But now that we have been talking about the plan for both of them, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what. In spite of these good intentions, in spite of these, Ancelotti's plans for these 2 players and all these things, and the happiness that, means for every single player that we have a new coach, a new project, and all the stuff, and all this romanticism around, you have to keep in mind that although the plan, the ideas, and the project of Carlo Ancelotti, not everybody will succeed. And that plan might fail for some of them, or even for all of them. I mean, there's no room for all of them. And if you keep in mind, if we are able to sign and lend Kylian Mbappe for the next season, we will have a bunch of players for the same position. So that means that Carlo Ancelotti will have to pick 1 or maybe 2. For example, in the left wing, we will have to Vinicius Jr., Eden Hazard, Kylian Mbappe, and then in the right, we will have the Gareth Bale, Marco Asensio, Rodrigo Goes, and also the loanees. Brahim Diaz may play in that position. Take Kubo may play in that position. So I'm okay with that. I get it. I understand why Carlo Ancelotti is trying to, put together different plans for everybody, but are not going to work for everybody. All these plans, in some of the cases, in the case of some players, will fail. And we have to assume it like a normal process in the life of a player of Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Vinicius Jr., we have to keep in mind this is going to be the fourth season Vinicius Jr. has been around. So there's no more room, there's no space, there's no more time for him to succeed. There's no more time for him to show everybody that he really deserves to play in the lineup of Real Madrid every single weekend. There's no more room, there's no more time for Eden Hazard to show everybody that he really deserves to play in Real Madrid every single weekend. And of course, it's even worse. If we sign to Kylian Mbappe, he will be all the way to the lineup right from the beginning. So the chances for both of them, are going to be decreased if we see Kylian Mbappe landing in Madrid. So I believe it. I mean, I really, I get it. I understand why Carlo Ancelotti wants to put together a lot of plans regarding to different players, but we have to be realistic, and we have to be, we have to have a realistic approach and say, hey, yeah, I understand, it's okay, that's perfect, that sounds pretty good, but at the same time, some of them will fail. And some of them, including the Vinicius and Eden Hazard, might fail in Real Madrid. So now let me know your thoughts about that, just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe to my channel, Real Madrid Hub.